Raven Rhodes, and this is my midterm to Introduction to Sociology. Sociology 101. Sociology is basically the study of human and social relationships, from groups in society all around the world. The goal of sociology is to understand the behavior of said groups and of the people in social institutions as well as how they interact with one another. The social imagination is the understanding of relationships between the individual's behavior, experiences, and the environment that shaped them to be who they are, nurture versus nature. Social forces, the values, laws, and principles, and overall morale that control behaviors of individuals within our society. In my personal experience, sociology has allowed me to give people and even myself more grace because sociology is a very complex concept, and it is not common sense. Sociology is very complex. Understanding sociology on a deeper level has allowed me to understand why people make the decisions that they do rather than the initial judgment, and how I can analyze my own actions and my own culture and compare it to other cultures and why we interact as we do. The sociological imagination in my experience. The sociological imagination basically describes the ability to connect personal experiences with larger social structures, allowing us to link personal challenges from a broader social scale. Growing up and how I currently live in Metro Atlanta right now, I'm in school in Albany, but I live in Atlanta. I am always around Black people everywhere I go. Even with this being true, my parents still instilled other culture in me. They wanted me to be cultured and be around other cultures. One example of experience I had with another culture was when I went to highlighting my experience at overnight camp. I went for a couple summers. I had the time of my life, but when I got there, this was a culture shock. Every single person there was white or from another country, Jewish, very, very wealthy, and lived in South Florida. There were key racial, cultural, economical, and geographical differences between me and everyone else there, but it helped me understand culture for what it is and open my perspective more than ever before. Sociological theories. There are three main sociological perspectives that encompasses many theories that can help us analyze various aspects of our society. Structural functionalism, conflict perspective, and symbolic interactionism. Structural functionalism is looked at on a macro level, meaning a broad spectrum by many. This theory explains how social patterns provide stability to our society. Our society functions in a state of equilibrium when all the structures work together, but when this equilibrium results as a lack of coordination and causes dysfunction in some of these structures. Social issues such as crime, poverty, drug abuse, terrorism, and violence as a whole are considered to be products of such disequilibrium. Conflict perspective. Conflict perspective seeks to discover the underlying tensions that exist in society today. This theory focuses on conflicts among groups and relies on three primary assumptions. Competition for scarce sources is central to all relationships, for example, power. Some individuals or groups benefit from that competition more than other groups, such as the rich versus the poor. And changes occur through conflict, not adaptation, and revolution, not evolution. Symbolic interacts Symbolic interactionism theory is based on a micro level, like more individual, and looks at the active role an individual takes to cope with or adapt or adjust within society and examines how the individual is shaped by society and how this shapes their relationships, how it shapes its relationship together too. It relies on three assumptions: symbols, gestures, language, behaviors, things like phrases, memes, or historical artifacts also. Meanings change as relationships change. More like symbols could also be emojis on iPhones as well. We constantly listen and attend to doing things and other things, clarifications, things that we're constantly changing phrases. There's constantly new trends and new fads all the time, and it constantly shapes us as we are a society every day. Research methodology is important so researchers can test these said theories and gather data on human behavior, social structures, and different cultural norms. Quantitative data collects numerical data from questionnaires, more like straight statistics and data, but qualitative data is information, like written down information that's conveyed through words and usually more complex and not usually yes or no. It's more of an explanation and is different from numbers, which are just straight facts. Society versus the individual. The relationship between society and individuals goes hand in hand. While society shapes many individuals' choices and behaviors, individuals also shapes society. Think of it like a cycle. To further explain individuals and society, I think functionalism is a great example because just like buildings, roads, and bridges have functions in society, basic social structures such as family, education, and religion have functions as well. And when either of these functions are disrupted, society is as well. The best research methodology to understand this relationship will be collecting quantitative data. For example, it can make analyzing statistical data about the wealthy and the impoverished more clear to understand their differences and the continuous dysfunction in our society. Thank you for watching my presentation.